Being arrested for a DUI can be a jarring experience. It's a much more difficult experience to go through than I think anybody who's not been arrested understands. Because you as a person know that you're not somebody who flaunts the law, and you know as a person that you're a good person and you are a productive member of society, yet you find yourself in handcuffs in the back of a police car. And you're struggling then with seeing yourself in the mirror and saying, I'm still that good person, when you know that you've done something that you feel bad about. What I can tell you is that you are most definitely not alone in that experience. We created my law firm with the realization that you are going through some challenging times as a human being. Hopefully you have family and a support network that you can reach out to and who can understand and who aren't going to just judge you, but who will know who you are and appreciate who the experiences that you're going through and respect who you still are. What I can tell you is that that's also Reynolds Defense Firm's role. We hire people who care. We as a business care tremendously about our clients. We talk about our client success stories every week at our staff meeting. This is why we get up in the morning. This is why we do what we do, because we believe in helping people in some of the worst times of their lives. Look in the mirror and remember that they're still a good person, because you are. Being arrested is embarrassing, generally shameful. Speaking for myself anyway, I felt about 1 inch tall. How can I have done something that I know not to do? Because everybody knows not to go drink and drive. How could I have possibly done this? It took me a while to be able to come to grips with that for myself. What I didn't do and what I wish I had done is leaned more on the support network of people who loved me. But I was a tough guy and I had to deal with this all myself, which was of course foolish. If you are facing this, please don't face it alone. There are people that love you. And if they love you, they're going to love you whether you were arrested or whether you weren't arrested. Maybe you've got to eat some crow, or maybe you've got to own things in ways that you don't want to own. But if there's people in your support system that care about you and love you, now is the time to lean on them. Now is the time. It's not a weakness. The fact is you're going through something very difficult, and the people who love you want to be part of that. So let them. When I was arrested for a DUI, a long time ago, I remember the emotional roller coaster that just was awful. I remember thinking, oh, I'm going to beat this. And then I remember thinking, oh, I am never going to see the light of day again, and everything in between. With the benefit of being some 30 years older now than I was then, having a lot more life under my belt, and having helped thousands of people who are going through what I went through back then, what I can tell you is most of the people I talk to, I have to help get up off the floor and tell them to stop beating themselves up. Yes, something happened. Okay, you can't change that. Beating yourself up doesn't do you any good. It does for a little while, but then stop doing it because it's just abuse. What you can do is figure out how to go forward in a way that's better. This is what life is all about. Life is all about taking a hit and then getting back up, and getting back up in a way that is better than you were before you took the hit. A DUI arrest is simply another example of life's opportunities to grow and learn and expand. And I hope that doesn't sound cheap. I hope that sounds genuine, because it truly is. You will get through this. If we represent you, it's our job to help you get through this. How you get through it and how you move forward with life are truly the pieces that define who you are as a human being. Be the person who owns what you need to own and then moves forward. So you've been arrested for a DUI. How do you go forward? How do you find yourself unstuck? How do you get past this point into the next? At the risk of sounding really Pollyanna-ish, I'm going to share that I personally believe that being arrested is an incredible opportunity. Now, it sure isn't one that you wanted. Let's not pretend that. But it's here. Doesn't matter if you want it or not now. It's here. So either you get to take advantage of this opportunity or not. That's your choice. That's the choice that's in front of you right now. The reason this is an opportunity is because being arrested shakes you up to your core in ways that most things don't. And when you're shaken up like that, that gives you a chance to put a new operating system inside yourself. Right now, you are open, and you could even say vulnerable or susceptible to new ways of doing things. That's the opportunity. right? But what I found is that this is a very short opportunity because this is very painful and your brain hates the pain that's associated with this. Your brain wants to wall this sucker off as fast as it can, and it's really good at doing that. So in 30 or 45 or 60 days from now, the clarity that you have, the knowledge that you have, the depth of knowledge that you know you need to make changes will fade again. And if you don't do anything for yourself in this window, then you will have lost this opportunity. That's why we created a life coaching program called Window of Clarity. We started this 10, 11 years ago in Reynolds Defense Firm, designed to help people take advantage of the clarity that comes when something really bad happens, like being arrested for a DUI. We've had 500 people go through this, well over 500 since then. It's been scientifically validated. It's grown so much, it's actually its own business now, Window of Clarity. But the premise of the Window of Clarity life coaching program is the window of clarity that you have today. This is that clarity that you have when something bad happens and your willingness to ask yourself hard questions and make good decisions, make hard decisions sometimes for yourself. You have that window of clarity. Whether you choose to participate in that program or not, completely different question. You have this clarity. This is your opportunity to use it. If you've been arrested for a DUI, that's a fact. I'm sorry that it happened, but you are going to get through this experience. If we work together, we're going to help you. That's our job, to help you get through this experience. You are going to find yourself on the other side of this. The pieces that I think are the most important for you to remember right now is people, as a general rule, in my experience, don't get arrested for DUI when everything's going awesome in life. They get arrested because some parts of life aren't working the way they need to, and then they go do something that doesn't make much sense. If you've been arrested, ask yourself the question, is there something going on in my life that maybe isn't as good as it could be? Is there something going on in my life that I want to fix or change or grow or evolve from? That is where I'm going to suggest you put your energy right now. Hire a defense firm, hire a DUI specialist law firm like Reynolds Defense Firm to take care of you on the legal side and to guide you on the human side. But understand that you're going to get through this. Okay? I promise you that. It's not going to be the most fun you ever had, but you're going to make it.